The only reason you don't have any names to call is because nobody has really called you to comment or support the cause that you're on. He claimed that he got calls from opposition leaders in Cameroon and leaders outside the country, but again, no names, right? Because we've always said that you can't just pick. You need evidence to support the statements that you're making. Anyone can come on social media and say whatever it is they want to say. When we only take you seriously if you say, yes, I got a call from this person on this day, and this is the conversation we had. I mean, we see that all over the place. When Trump calls Putin, no matter how poor the conversation is, he comes out and say, yes, I had a very serious conversation with the president of the United States, or I had a call to the president of China. I mean, these are not people who have very good relationships where you acknowledge a call just because it's happened, right? You don't come out and say a call happened and then not say who that conversation happened with. So for me, that is something that Issa Tchiroma did to boost and to confuse the masses. And I think he's some sort of one. And that's the question that I ask is like, yeah, he might have a few friends in Cameroon, probably not from the opposition, because Joshua Osei of the SDF hasn't said anything about what is going on. Libby hasn't said anything really. Libby has congratulated the ruling party, for their performance in the last elections. Beloboa Magari hasn't really said anything about Tchiroma. Njoya, the lone lady in the race, though she challenges the validity of the result, hasn't said anything about hasn't congratulated Issa Tchiroma for winning, because I'm sure she knows that Issa Tchiroma didn't win. And the rest of the 13 of them, we haven't heard anything. The international community hasn't said anything about Issa Tchiroma.
Who is the international community? Everybody can say the international community. Who is the international community?
Just using the term vaguely. I'm using the term as vaguely, as unseriously as you can, right? Because again, who is that's a good question to ask. But because they talk about the international community, I'm using their words, right?
Yeah.
Again, the United States, Russia, China, who in the international community is his friend? And how do you win? How do you get yourself into the presidency with little or no support from the so-called international community? That clearly baffles me. So Issa Tchiroma seemed to be a lone wolf. He seemed to be fighting this on his own, and hoping that the masses, the Cameroon, the people, the populace, defend and support and eventually, topple the old guard and make him president. In his statement today, he called himself president of the people. Which I'm not sure which people he's talking about, but that is how he sees himself, right?
Just to name a few people who have called and congratulated Paul Biya. Putin has called and congratulated Paul Biya. The president of Gabon, that happened almost immediately,
right?
The AU, the Commonwealth, other countries, some will say, oh, we are concerned about the post-election violence, but at the end of the day, they still congratulate the guy.
Yes.
So whether you like it or not, this guy has been seen to win the election legitimately, and it is such a conundrum for Issa Tchiroma that he claims to have people who have called him to support, to offer the support, but he cannot list any names. So who are these people? We would like to know. And again, not to belabor the point, I think he's feeling a little bit more isolated. The emotions, the high from all the post-election has been kind of subsided, is dissipating, and I don't know if he's just decided that he's at the end of his life. He is going to just ride this to the end, because he's like 76. He knows he's probably doesn't have long to live, so he's just going to ride it to the end.